Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and today I'm going to show you a very special stitch. I know that we are in this holiday season, so I want to teach you in these days how you can make amazing things with this stitch. I'm going to show you how you can make it step by step. Maybe you can make it for the rest of a sweater, or you can make it for a scarf, or you can make a blanket or something that you want to give, and it will look so beautiful and nice. So I will give you the step by step. Remember that if you want to buy and use the same materials that I use in all my videos, you can visit my online store www.lauracepeda.es. Well, with one thread and with their hook, we will start making this stitch. I already made this one, but I feel they're together. I want them a little bit separated, so I'm going to show you how you can make it with more space, but basically it's just the same, you will see. And I feel that the only, hard working of this stitch, it's that you have to change color every time that you want to make the flowers, but it's only that. It's very easy, and I think in the next part I'm going to make one row more in between each flower. Well, for this sample I will make 32 chains. Remember that this is the loop and we don't count it. From here we will count 32. Well, at the end of the 32 chains we are going to make 3 chains more to end with multiples of 7. We will skip 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th we are going to make a double crochet. And from now we will start making double crochet in each chain, okay? And we will try to take always the below part of the chain, okay? And from now we will continue like this the whole row. So this is how we make the double crochet. And well, now I will change color. If you want, you will continue with the same color, making more double crochets. But well, I will make the flowers now. I will use this pink color. If you want, also you can make the flowers of the same color and you can make a monochromatic style, monochromatic design. Well, when we are about to change color, we are going to finish the last stitch with the color that we are going to use next. And right here we are going to make a knot with this thread that we have here, just in case, okay? And as you could see, we are not going to cut any thread. We are going to continue with both threads, but in this part we are only going to take the pink thread. So we will go up with 3 chains with the pink color. Okay, then we will go up with this color. We will make 3 chains, and then in the coming stitches here we are going to make a double crochet. So here we have 2, then 3 in the next stitch, and then here in the 4th we are going to make a double crochet, then 2 chains, and then in the same stitch we are going to make a double crochet to create a V. So look, here we have a V. Then 1, 2, 3 chains, and then inside the V here, right here, we are going to make 3 double crochets inside. So here we have 2 and 3. Then 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to slip 1 to close. Inside also. And here we have the first petal. Now we will make one more also here inside. We will go up with 3 chains. We are going to make 3 double crochets. Here we have 1, 2, let me take more turn, and 3. Then 3 chains, and we are going to slip 1 to close inside. And then look here, this is the little trick. We will make 3 chains, and then we will turn our break a little bit like this, and then in this double crochet inside we are going to make petals too. So we will make the first petal here, we'll make a double crochet, 1 more, and 3. Then 3 chains, and we are going to slip 1 to close. So here we have the 3rd petal. We will go up with 3 chains, and here in the same space we are going to make the fourth petal. Remember, 3 double crochets, then 3 chains, and we are going to slip 1 to close. And well, here as you could see, we have 4 petals. Well, now the 5th petal, we are going to make it where we made the 2 chains in between the V. So here inside we are going to make, well, first we will go up with 3 chains, and then here inside we are going to make the 3 double crochets of each petal. Now I have a little trouble here. Okay, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 chains. We are going to slip 1 to close, and here we have the first flower. And then this is it. It's so easy and fast, right? I was thinking that you can also use this stitch for a pillow. It will look so beautiful at the end of the edge of the pillow, don't you think? Well, and then we are just going to fold a little bit the petals, and then we will continue making double crochets. Here we have 3,
4, 5, 6,
and in the 7th we are going to make a V again, but let me take more yarn because it's finished. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here in 7, that's where we are going to make again a V. So remember, 1 double crochet, 2 chains, and then in the same space 1 double crochet. So here we have a V, and then here inside the V we are going to repeat this. So remember, we are going to make 2 petals in this double crochet, then 2 here, and 1 more in the 2 chains in between. So we will go up with 3 chains, and we will start with this part of the V. So right here inside we have to make, and we have to have at the end 2 petals. Okay, so here we have the first one, then 3 chains, 3 double crochets inside.
1, 2 y 3. 3 cadenitas y nuevamente aquí nuestro punto deslizado.
And remember, at the end of each petal we are going to slip 1 to close. So here we have the first 2, then we will fold a little bit. Remember that this is the only secret that this stitch has, how we turn. So right here we are going to continue making 3 chains, and then here in this double crochet we are going to make 2 petals more. So remember, each petal has 3 chains, then 3 double crochets, then 3 chains, and we are going to slip 1 to close each petal. So here we have the first petal of the second double crochet, so we are going to make the next petal, remember, also in the same double crochet to have 4, and then we will make the 5th where we make the 2 chains of the V, remember? So well, here we have the 4th petal. Look at this. And now we are going to make the 5th right here. So again, remember, to make the 5th petal we are going to start with 3 chains, and inside the 2 chains that we made in the last V we are going to make 3 double crochets and 3 double crochets, then 3 chains, and we are going to slip 1 to close. And you see, now we have the second flower of this sample. You could see how beautiful and easy it is. Well, then right away, remember, we are going to continue in the next stitch making double crochets. We are going to make 6, and in the 7th we are going to make again the V to create a flower. Okay, if you want to leave more space in between each flower, well, you are going to make more double crochets. Well, in my case, and like I make in this sample, I'm in the 7 double crochets where I'm going to make the V. Remember, a double crochet, 2 chains, and a V, and right here is where we are going to make the next flower. And well, this is how we are going to continue the whole row. If we turn, this is the right side, this is the wrong side, we see that we have 6 double crochets, and in the 7th we are going to make the V and the flower. Then 6 double crochets again, and again in the 7th stitch the V, And then this is how we are going to continue for the rest of the row. Well, look, here I finished the row, and with 32 stitches as a base chains, I have 4 flowers. You see? At the end, I finished with 6 double crochets, okay? And this is how it looks, the sample. Well, at the end here, like I finished the row and I changed color, I have to cut the thread, and then I will bind off this thread, okay? And then now we are going to change color. In the last time, remember that we didn't cut because we were in the same side. But in this case, we have to cut. And well, we have the thread in this side, we are going to continue. We will go up. You can change color like this. Just slip in one until here, and then from here we will start making 3 chains, and we will continue with the rest of the stitch. At the end, I suggested to make a different stitch to cover this part, okay, to have a perfect edge. So well, in the first double crochets, remember that we must have the same number that we have in the last row. So look, here I had 4, so I'm making 4, and I'm going to make one more here next to the flower, and then we are going to make the next one right where the flower ends, right here. So from here we will start counting. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6,
and 7th, and then we will start counting all over again the next 7 double crochets. Remember that we are going to make one before and one after the flower.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and 7th, and this is how we are going to continue for the rest of the row, okay? Remember that this is the row after the flower. So you will see that we have to count 6 and then one of the where we make the flowers. So at the end we must have 7. And we can take this as a reference to see how many stitches we have to make in case we forget, okay? But it's very important that we always count and that we always have the same number of stitches, even though we make the row flower. And well, this is how we are going to continue for the rest of this row. And remember, I'm going to make one row more because I want my flowers more separated. As you could see here, I just make one and then I continue right away with the flower row. But I want to make 2 rows more, one row more, and then I will continue with the flowers row. Oh, sorry, I made 2, so I'm going to make at the end 3 rows. Well, look, I finished the row and I was thinking that this could be also a headband. It will look so beautiful. I remember that I gave you other idea that this could be for a blanket or for the end of the edge of a blouse or for a baby jacket. It's important that we always make a sample like this one because we can take this as a reference to see how many rows we need, how many spaces we need to make. Also, we can calculate how many yarn we need for the project that we have in mind. So it's important that we make these kind of samples to see how many stitches we are going to make for the size of the person that we are making this project for, or how many yarn or how many stitches. So it's very helpful that we make these samples. Well, so I already finished the 3 rows of double crochets, and now I'm going to continue with the flowers row. But like I'm going to make the rows in the same side, in the right side, I'm going to start right here to have the flowers facing to the same way. So here again we are going to start. We are going to take the thread of the color that we are making these flowers. Remember that you can make the flowers, maybe you can change the color and you can make one flower with a different color, and or you can make it monochromatic also. I think it will look so beautiful. In this case I'm using this pink color. So I will go up with 3 chains, then I will continue with the double crochets. Remember that we are going to make to start the row, we are going to make the same number of rows that we made here. If you want, you can alternate the flowers too, okay? Remember that this is just an idea and you can take this as a reference and then you can create your own version. So in this case, I have 3 double crochet, and the fourth I'm going to make the V to make the flower. Remember that this is just at the beginning. Then we will continue making 6 double crochets, and in the 7th we are going to make the flower. We are going to make the V and then the flower, right? So this is how we are going to start, and it will depend according to your design, to your style. But if you want to make the same sample and the same version than me, well, this is the steps and this is the number of double crochets that we have to make. Remember that you can take this as a reference, okay? This is not a rule, and once you know how to make it, you will see that it will be more easier for you to create your own version and to make maybe little flowers or different flowers, or the flower that you know. I will also give you the stitch of different flowers here also in my channel. You can find other flowers that I have teach you how you can make it. So well, remember that we will end each petal with a slipping one to close right here. Oh, I lost my thread. Let me take it. So we are only going to finish with a slipping one. So here we have 2, then we will make 3 chains, and then we will go with the next part of the V, and here we are going to make 2 double crochets more, and then we are going to make 1 petal in the 2 chains that we made in between the V. So well, this is basically how we are going to continue. I just wanted to make 1 flower more with you so we can remember together how it was and we can continue. Okay, so now we are going to make the last petal. So at the end we must have a little trouble to find the space, so we have to pull a little bit and open the space where the last petal will be. So well, we will continue like this for the rest of the row, and this will be the flowers row, okay? I will make 1 flower more with you so we can have everything clear, and then we will continue. And here we are going to make we are going to slip 1 to close. So I was counting wrong. I thought that this was the last petal, but no, here we are going to make the last petal, so we have 5. So I don't want that this happened to you, so please always count how many petals you have, because you may lost the space and you won't see that you have missed to make the last petal. So remember that it's very important that we count how many stitches we have as base stitches to make the same number, and how many petals we have in each flower, because we may miss some spaces. It may look close and then we will confuse where we have to make the last petal or we have to make the next petal. So it's very important. Okay, so here is where I'm going to make the V, and right where is the V is where we are going to make the flower. So this is how we are going to continue. And I think it looks more beautiful, right, with 3 rows in between instead of 2, so it looks more separated. But well, also it's up to you. You can leave less or more space in between each row of flower according to the design, according to the style that you are making this stitch for, right? So this is how we are going to continue for the rest of the row. Maybe you can make 2 rows of flowers together instead of making 1 double crochet of flowers, and well, you can make more or less, and you can alternate the flowers too. This is just an idea as I have just told you. So I hope that this stitch be very helpful for you. It's very easy, as you could see. I wanted to share. Remember that I love to share projects that are easy and beautiful and helpful and useful for the common projects that you have in mind. Remember that we are in this holiday season, so it could be either for a scarf or for a beanie or for a blanket, for a baby jacket. It could be for a pillow. It could be also for, I don't know, for a carpet, for many things. And it could be a nice idea for these holidays, and it could be a nice present for your family too. Okay, remember that I also tell you that you can make this as a headband and it will look very nice. And you can alternate the colors, you can alternate the flowers, and you can create your own design and take this as a reference. But well, for now I will finish the second row and then you will see how it looks. So well, look, this is how it looks at the end of the second row. As you could see, it looks beautiful. I think that it's important to see how many spaces you have to see. And I told you it's important that we make these samples to see how many stitches we need for the project that we are thinking to make these flowers, this stitch. Okay, so I hope that you like it. Well, so what do you think? I hope that you have liked making this stitch with me. I love to make it with you. I love to share with you. And I think that it will be an amazing idea for these coming holidays or for your coming projects, okay? You can make it either for winter or for summer. And it will look beautiful. It just depends of the yarn that you are using and that design and the style and of the colors that you are making this project for, okay? So before we finish, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, to follow me in all my social media, in Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and of course here in my channel. And don't forget to see my stories. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.